Hello, and welcome to Book 3, Chapter 2 of You Should Be Reading. Today, we're going to be looking at the night sky, the desert sands, and a local community radio station in Welcome to Night Vale. That's right, the Welcome to Night Vale book, based off of the hit podcast of the same name, Welcome to Night Vale, created by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Craner, has gained quite a lot of popularity over the years. You'll have to apologize. I'll have to apologize for my voice, throat spiders. You know how it is. Anyways, this particular wonderful little novel is all about a young woman who happens to run a pawn shop, who ends up getting pawned a piece of paper that she can't put down. No matter how she throws it away, tears it up, or burns it, it's always right back in her hand again. And an older middle-aged woman raising a young teenage son who doesn't like to stay in the same physical form. He changes his physical form all the time. And she's kind of dealing with all that teenage goodness. There are scientists, pink flamingos, a man in a tan jacket with a deerskin briefcase. There are angels, well, not angels because angels don't exist. What else is in here? All kinds of stuff. Bizarre, strange goings on. Things that make you look at your life and question things. It like all things Night Vale, it takes the absurd and uses it to shine a light on reality, or takes reality and uses it to shine a light on the absurd. And now I know that books are dangerous and they're not the sort of thing you want to really associate yourself with, but you should definitely get this one. This is the exception to the rule. Well, not really. It's still a very dangerous book because it's a book. And it's a book about Night Vale, which is exceedingly dangerous, but it is worth the danger. You really shouldn't have to worry about did you hear that? Librarians. Yeah, don't get it from a library, get it from a bookstore. Trust me, you're much safer that way. But it is a wonderful, wonderful little story about how these two women, uh, Jackie Fierro, the owner of the pawn shop, and Diane Creighton, the woman raising her young son, uh, how they have to come together and solve this mystery of what's going on and why their lives have really gone off track. If you have listened to anything of Welcome to Night Vale, the podcast, if you've enjoyed it, then you will enjoy this book, because this book is nothing but all that wonderful goodness in the podcast, ground up, crushed, condensed, distilled, filtered, and then printed on a page. On many pages, in fact. Yes, definitely. Definitely get this book. Check it out. I'm going to keep it this fairly short. I could go on and on. I could delve into the story a lot more. I could delve into the characters a lot more in this, but I really don't need to. I really don't. Because if you like Night Vale, you've already bought this. If you don't like Night Vale, and what I've said to you sounds interesting, then you'll check out Night Vale. And then if you like it, you'll get this book. It's a matter of cause and effect. I could show you the equations, but I'm not going to bother. It is a very simple story, but a very complicated story. I'm fairly certain it ties into the podcast as well. I'm not 100% sure on that because I've fallen behind in keeping up with the episodes, which are free to download. But yes, worth your time to read. especially if you like weirdness, and I do like weirdness quite a bit. I would normally read. I didn't in the first episode here just last week, and I'm not going to this week. Simply because I want to see how it works when I don't read. And I don't want to spoil anything for this particular one either. Because this book needs to be experienced on its own. It needs to be between you and it. A contract, if you will. Contract of experience between you and this novel. Signed in blood. If you're into that sort of thing. But yes, I will leave things here. And this week you should be reading Welcome to Night Vale, a novel by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Cranor. And I'll see you next week.